Hello, swivel heads. This is Greg Allison, Greg's Garden and Worm Farm. How are y'all doing? We got 10 people in the room and 9 likes already. Wow, I like that. Very good. Thank you. How is everyone tonight? I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Woden looks like Greg. Strange, huh? Yeah, for those that are just now logging on, never seen this before, and are going to take sudden offense by the title, which happens to some people. Oh my God, what is this? Look, guys, it's this. I like to alliterate. I've been rhyming and writing with alliteration for you know, and it's just my style. It's my flair, and it's just a way of having a little fun. Don't get too bent out of shape about it. Oh, we lost some people. Oh, we got to pull them back. Look, at somebody bounced in and out. Okay, so it's just a case of, hey, everybody knows if you watch my channel that I believe in greater creator. I talk about that quite a bit. Um, so rest assured that we're just having a little fun. Everybody tells me, Greg, you look like Gandalf, you look like Odin, you look like this, you look like that. So have a little fun with it. Hey, it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I happen to be Odin. Woden. Come on, guys. Gotta have some humor, right? If you can't have some humor, move on. My son did give me that, if you know what that is. Rainbow Food Ross is in the house. That's awesome. Thank you. She says, hey, everyone. And we got Cassandra. We got Catherine. Hello. Edmund Fleming. Stash Fresh Red. All right. Good to see you. Soul's Jules. All right. And let me see. What else we got in here? Scratch. Hey, Scratch. How you doing, bud? All the way from England. Let's see here. Over by the he's over close to Stonehenge, my friends. And Jason. Yeah, my favorite other mystic here. my fellow wizard, Jason. Got a pile of dirt to move, but right now it's a pile of mud. Yeah, there's a lot of mud right now. Wow, we just had some cold weather, folks. It got down to 19 degrees last night, and I also went up my greenhouse and that past couple of nights had to fire up my shop heater. And I did a video on that. I'll post it one of these days, maybe. I don't wait too long. Actually, it could have been. I'm behind on videos. I've been incredibly busy. So, usually try to post a video every day. I don't think I've done anything other than a live session since last week, maybe like Wednesday or something. I don't know, Tuesday. I just haven't posted anything hardly. It's just been tough. I've had so much stuff going on. It's just kind of hard to post things sometimes. There's just a lot of irons in the fire. Of course, there was the holidays, and then there was, hey, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I had all my grandkids at the house, but only one of my kids. I got 3 kids and 3 grandkids. My son's daughter came. He was, and he had a lot of stuff he had to do, so he didn't come. My youngest daughter didn't come because she had been exposed to someone with COVID-19 apparently, and she was self-isolating. My daughter and son-in-law and 2 grandkids from just north of Houston, Texas, came to see me, and I hadn't seen them in a long time, so I was thrilled. I was happy. I took a bunch of photographs, and some of you are my Facebook friends. I hadn't posted anything yet. It's getting so late, I don't know if I will now. But, hey, it was a good Thanksgiving. Oh, my God, I had so much to do. I had a problem with my sink, and it really delayed me. I bought a turkey to cook, and I went not even cooking the turkey. I didn't even have time to thaw it out, so I went and bought ribs. I bought 3 racks of ribs and a big thing of pulled pork, and I bought potato salad and coleslaw, and bought mac and cheese and a bunch of stuff like that. I just finished a barbecue. I'm thinking, that was a great idea. I wished I'd been doing that all along. Oh man, I used to fix a huge Thanksgiving dinner every year. I mean, I'd start cooking on it like a week ahead almost. Well, the pies especially, I'd cook them up 4 days ahead, and then I'd do the cornbread for the dressing, and then all the stuff for the dressing, and then I would just get all into it. So it was a major production to put on a Thanksgiving night. And just that's too much work. I got too many irons in the fire, and so we started going. Actually, we went to my oldest brother's house every year for Thanksgiving until this year. Not my older brother, but he died this year, so that didn't happen this year. He's the one that passed away in April, early April, and he was, he had the COVID. So, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get a strike for saying a dirty word here on this thing. But hey, you know, how much longer till Santa, Greg, is on? Hey guys, hang on, let me show you something. Watch, watch what I've just done. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, not there. Come on, camera, flip. There we go. Look at that. Hang on, let me turn the light off here. Bing. Wiggle worms, wiggle worms, wiggle all the way. Oh, how fun it is to roll. Reconnecting. Must be. How do you know? Ho, ho, ho. Oh, yeah, I got all those paper tubes to give my worms back there. If you wonder, hey, why do you have so much junk? Let's recycle everything. Worm Farm's a recycling center. Just anything. I say paper tubes. All those paper towel tubes. We've got worm beds. I've just got 2 in-ground worm beds with the lids built on them, so all that's about to go in them. And almost some other stuff. Anyway. Anyway, there we go. So Santa Claus is in town, my friends. All right, let's see what else we got. Scratch left. Yeah, let's see. 7 minutes, said Scratch. Is that before I got in here? Oh, he's worth waiting for. I came in on the hour. Some of you went in here early. That's okay. Let's see here. Looks like Grizzly Adams. Yeah, I've heard that one a few times there. Hey, a pet grizzly bear would be great, right? Let's see. I sent Mr. BB a sky pic a couple of years back. Never heard anything about it. Well, all right. Dad Haggerty. Wow, okay. Yep. Oh, my screen. Does this look washed out, or is it my camera, or is it my screen, guys? That's all right. I'm going to try to, for those that don't know, I do try to read all my comments. It's all about a community. We are a community, and at a time when we're having a lot of social isolation, it's important to be a community, and that's what we're doing here tonight, for those that don't know. And we'll discuss just about everything under the sun. Because I get all kind of questions. I mean, I get questions about prepping, about space, about you name it, what's going on in the world. And we get we talk about fun stuff, and we cut up. We may get silly. Jason says, I really like the way he joined the old woodcut of Woden together with his own picture. Nice work there. Well, thank you. I saw that picture and I go, that works. There we go. There we go. So what do we got here? Let it rip. There we go. And pneuma. Is that the way you pronounce P-N-E? I thought pneumonia. All right. Lady Dagger status. How you doing there? And let's see here. What we got going? I'm just now catching up to where I can come on. You guys were chatting quite a bit before I even got in here. My nose is ditching. Must have some company coming. Could be worse. They tell me that I look like a cross between Grizzly Adams and Charlie Manson. Oh my gosh, Jason. we'll have to put a good luck charm spell on you, right? So here we go. Good luck, peace, and light. Jason. Woden's Woden Wonder Wonders from Gorgeous Awesome, of course. What a beautiful gift I got. Among many from them. And I just had to repair one of my gifts I got from Blue Bottle Bunny Farm. I knocked this thing over and it cracked it. But I've got it pretty much glued back together, I believe. Minus a couple tendrils of hair and beard. So, stuff happens. But I had to have it for put back together in time for Christmas, right? Mary Hoos says, good evening, Greg. Well, good evening to you. Life's too short not to have a little bit of fun, says Dr. Jamans place. Excuse me. Amen to that. But some people are so uptight. I get people who unsubscribe to my channel. I will lose probably a dozen subscriptions every time I do one of these sessions. And so it's like, really? Come on, guys, get a life. And I even thought about dropping this, but the people that come in enjoy it so much, and it's so therapeutic to spend time together. And I enjoy hearing from you. I mean, my gosh, this is one of my favorite sessions because we just get in here and we just chat open-ended. And it's good. Now, maybe I need to retitle it, but holy smoke, can't people lighten up a little bit? Leroy Fox, hey Greg, do you have an Amazon link? I'm about to place a big order and would love the credit to go to you. Amazon. I don't have, no, I'm not an affiliate with Amazon. I appreciate that. I appreciate the sentiment of that. Maybe I will do that in a not too distant future. But I don't have an Amazon link right now. I just placed a big, yeah, we just had a, I just placed a big order with My Patriot Supply myself. Another one. Well, for me, a big order. Hi, Pam. How you doing? So, got some interesting things cooking. Sorry for eating all the turkey. Turkeys are safe here. We don't have Thanksgiving, says Scratch. I know in Power Grid Defense. That's right, Scratch. Y'all see my Power Grid Defense sign when I showed uh, my bookcase there with all the Christmas lights on it? Power goes out, my lights go out. So yeah, that's why I need that power grid, is to keep my Christmas lights running. Hello from Burnsville, North Carolina. We good. All right. All right. So what? Nashville. All right, Leah. Up in Nashville. That's good. Greg had a really good idea for being able to enjoy Thanksgiving rather than being buried in cooking. Oh, okay, yeah. It helped. Well, I was going to do all that, and I just got caught up in other things, and I was running out of time. And I said, "The heck with it, guys!" I said, "Man, I gotta make something happen here." And so I did my Thanksgiving the day after Thanksgiving, so it kind of made it available to make a run to get some ribs. Had I not done that, I got to start with cooking. If I'd done it on Thanksgiving Day, because everything would have been closed, except maybe Chinese. uh, okay, cool. I was waiting to check with you first, says Leroy. All right. Pam, I enjoy the cooking, but I'm long and buried in chores. Well, in that case, no point in it, Pam. Catherine says, I agree. Lighten up. These chats are helping the same during the week of lockdown. Yeah, and insecurity. That's what it's all about. Theory. Research suggests that algae may be useful in power production. Oh, yeah. Algae produces natural oils. I mean, you can make diesel fuel straight from algae. Diesel fuel. And voila, algae grows like in nothing. I mean, just stuff's full of algae. I mean, what did it grow from? How did that stuff grow? What made it happen? Well, air. Air's got nitrogen and carbon and most of the stuff it needs from that. And I guess there's a little bit of, maybe just a little bit of minerals still in that water, and it finds what it needs and it grows, pulling stuff out of the air to surface too. And of course, a lot of people use algae and carbon scrubbers. Now, that's good in a space application. Maybe one day when we have our big space habitats. I designed a space habitat based on using 12 shuttle external tanks in a rotating system back in the late 80s. And we were going to use algae tanks there. And we were going to try to close 90% of the life support system loops. And I had a really preeminent biologist working with me on it, Susan Dahl, and she had worked at Biosphere too, and she was doing space station life support systems at the time. And we figured out how much algae we were going to need, how big the tanks were going to need to be. It was for 110 people. So I've been doing space habitat design for decades. I actually worked on the International Space Station quite a bit. Y'all might have noticed my Venus habitats. Now, some of you think the Earth's flat and space don't exist. Oh, well. Oh, well. Let's see what else is on here. Oh, it's buffering again. Stacy Lane. Hello, Stacy. Kathy Anderson. Hi, Greg. It's good to catch you tonight. Well, glad you caught me tonight. I started a little bit later last couple of nights. See, I got a video that I really wanted to do tonight, and it's just taking me more research because I started on it like last week, and it was and just more developments keep coming out, so I keep having to retailor my approach. And I was getting ready to trying to do it before I did this video tonight, and well, lo and behold, some new materials came out. It keeps changing. It's got to do with Iran. And it ain't what a lot of people think. This whole thing with Israel and Iran, and the United States, basically Israel's kicking the crap out of Iran, and intel and the things they're doing, and Iran just can't absorb it. And there have been, I did a video last summer about mysterious bombings and explosions going on there, and now we've had all the assassinations. So, um, and there was all these threats that Iran had made. Well, if this happens again, we're going to, and now they're kind of backtracking. And there's reasons for that, and I'll go into that in this video. So it's a little bit complex. Now, somebody goes, Greg, why don't you worry about it? Well, Iran still has their doctrine to take out our power grid if we were to get into it with them. And I'm not saying we're going to. In fact, that might not happen at all. The fact the regime might fall as a result of all this stuff. It's hard to say right now. There's a lot of variables out there. A lot of things are up in the air, but I'm expecting some balls to drop soon on this story. So I'm going to do something like that. There's also potential for biofuel cells. There you go, Jason. Life is good, says Catherine. Amen. Have you ever made EVA? You mean extravehicular activity? Me? No. I've never been in space personally. Although when I was in the Army, I had all these pictures I took and I mocked up the Skyline Space Station. And when I took the photographs, and my flash revealed that they had a photograph of Earth outside what was a wardroom window. And I didn't know that until I developed the picture, and I thought that was so cute. So I was in the backside. All these, you know, other people had pinups in their walls, and so did I, but mine were heavenly bodies, which were astronomical. It freaked everybody out. Everybody's got girls and all. He's got all space stuff. What's up with this guy? So I was showing them. I had all these letters. I had a rack of letters on my desk that I'd written to Congress and gotten letters back from congressmen and stuff like that. And this is when I was in the Army at Fort Greeley. And so they'd come by, and I'd start showing these pictures. And I'd go, oh, yeah, and this is when I was up on the Skylab Space Station. And go, oh, wow, really? Just to see how they'd react. Then they'd just go along with it. They really bought it. And it's just funny. So correct me if I'm wrong. NASA has researched it for space applications. Yeah, it's been in the mix. It's not been, engineered, though, for space flight applications as yet, but it can be done. It can be done, and it's actually fairly straightforward. You just need a place for it, and it's got to have light, because algae needs light to grow. It's got to have the carbon. So you just basically you run your air through the algae tank, and it takes out the CO2 and gives you oxygen. So it helps to close the CO2 cycle in a life support system. Aquaponics closes the nitrogen cycle in a life support system. So, you can get a couple of your cycles closed right there just using aquaponics and algae. But you don't want algae in the aquaponics. That's nasty. All right. If I recall right, there are varieties of algae which are edible. True. If you might remember, not in the book, but in the movie, My Side of the Mountain, the boy who went and lived in the Catskill Mountains and by himself in a big old hollowed out tree, and he actually made algae cakes in the movie, not in the book, but in the movie. So I thought I liked the book better, but that was one cool aspect of the movie. Jason, I did not say edible. I said edible, not tasty. Yeah, reportedly they taste like cardboard. Reportedly. Kind of like Soylent Green, maybe. Except it's not people. Algae is algae. Heavenly bodies, right. Yeah, and then interesting, Arecibo crashed down and fell on the day China landed their Chang 5 lander on the moon to bring a sample return back. Wow, we're deteriorating, and they're going up, seems like. Hi, Green Gregs and Swivelheads, so Saul's Eye Jills. Well, hello. Rumors going around that the next pan will be bad water. Well, guys, we can purify and sanitize water, but do remember that's two separate steps. Dave Hodges didn't seem he missed out on that idea, but when he's promoting some of his products. But yeah, you got to purify and sanitize water. Purify it is getting all the crud out of it. Sanitizing it's killing the bugs in it. The viruses are so small they pass through all the water filters, so they'll get out a lot of your big bacteria. The good ones will, but not the viruses. So you want to sanitize your water still. John, we could be. It could be. It could get really ugly with the rain. There's always a potential there, and even worse yet, even if it's not a WW3, if they take out our power grid, most of us are gone. So to us, it's just as bad or worse than you can possibly imagine. So we're very vulnerable with our grid. So, yeah, big question about that. People, don't stop prepping, no matter. That's right, James. Keep prepping, because all this stuff is out there. And friends, this whole, if you look on the bottom, the videos where they talk the politics and elections on the a certain thing called YT. There's this little banner that says the AP has declared or certified, whatever, right? What did they take AP's job? They don't have no role in this. So what? They're news media. I don't give a fig what the AP thinks. The Electoral College has yet to vote. It may not. It may be the House of Representatives that votes instead. And according to the 12th Amendment, if it goes to the House, that means each state gets one vote. And so it won't turn out the way the House is configured now. It would probably be a Republican election. I'm not saying that's going to happen either. We don't know. We honestly don't know yet. Either way, there's going to be huge civil strife in this country. Immediate, if Trump stays in office from the left. I think people on the right would have some strife when it goes the other way, or if it goes the other way. But I think most of the strife would come down the road if they go around and start collecting up certain things from individuals. So you got to give things up. You got to register everything. You got to give it up. Things accorded to us by an amendment, zwei, auf Deutsch. You know what I mean? That one. You can expect a lot of strife if that happens. So I do expect dimensions of a civil war. You might say we're having a civil war in the government right now with all the suits and countersuits and tug of war going on between certain people and the deep state elements and so forth. I think there's a lot of strife right now, and it's pretty ugly. So yeah, you need to prep for these things. We need to prep for loss of the power grid. We need to prep just in case. Prepping is our insurance. Always hope for the best and prepare for the worst. If I didn't hope for the best, I wouldn't have a channel called Galactic Griggs. I wouldn't be talking space colonies and designing Venus habitats. If I didn't think we didn't have a hope, I wouldn't waste my time on it. But I believe we have hope. But it's not assured. Because of that, I do promote things like power grid defense. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a state director for Peter Price organization on that in power grid defense now. Hang on. Where is this? Come on, switch. Ring. Of course, I did start my own group here, as you might know. Yeah, and I carved that mask sometime back when I was on a rifle range at Fort Greeley. No, at Fort Bragg. Doing. All right, we've been going 25 minutes. What's everybody say? Rusty in China. Salmon Russia? Russia and China, yeah. Yeah, well, there's a lot of potential there. Thoughts on the China mission to the moon? Guys, so far, it'll be an interesting scientific mission. But China has bigger ambitions down the road. They've actually claimed that they'd like to take the moon, essentially. If China were to go to the moon and set up something called a mass driver, which is a linear electromagnetic accelerator, they could fling material off the lunar surface like shotgun fires. I mean, huge bags of lunar regolith and aim it at Earth, and it would come down like meteors. with explosive force. They could take out any launch vehicle, any satellites. They could take out everybody else's everything. They could own and dominate space entirely if they had something like that, had unique sole access to it. The moon is a military high ground, whether we want to admit it or not, and some don't want to. But it absolutely is a military high ground. We can't afford for an adversary to have sole access to it, and that's a fact. Put that in the bank, whether you believe it or not. That's just the way it is. It's a high ground, and that's a high ground you don't want to lose. Let's see what everybody's saying. Thank you. Do you think buy done will be a good present for a problem during a war? Yeah, what John Connor said. Jason, but one could grow the spirulina, pelletize it, and use it as a feed for something like mullet and aquaponics system. There you go. Red spirulina, I'm probably not pronouncing it like spirulina. Yeah, it's one of the most nutrient. I heard some people take that for herpes infections. Blue Bottle Bunny Farm. You can extract iodine from black walnut. There you go. Hey, and use iodine to purify water. Well, now there's a good wildcrafting tip. Hey, I like that. All right. Are we talking to Randy or are we talking to Susan here? That is a good one. Iodine from black walnut. Interesting. Interesting. Thank you. I always learn something here. Creepy Joe said going to overthrow Syria. Yeah. See, Hillary was all hung up on that. See, Hillary said she's going to set up a no-fly zone over Syria, and she was going to shoot down Russian MiGs if they flew into it. Putin actually said, no, they meant it or not, he actually said if Hillary got elected, he would have done a first strike on the United States. He would have launched that's what he said. Now, I don't know if he was just blowing steam, but they're not going to give up Syria because they've got their only military base in the Mediterranean is in Syria, and they're not going to give up. There's three things that Russia is not going to give up without a major fight. I mean, like a World War fight. Syria, Crimea, and Vladivostok, which the Chinese have kind of been claiming. That's all the warm water naval bases that Russia has. It's not used one much of the year, so you don't expect Russia's going to be giving these places up. Vladivostok into the Pacific. Crimea is their main warm water naval base, but that is in the Black Sea, and they got to go through the Strait of Bosphorus to get out of there, which is a disadvantage. And then they've got, of course, Syria. So don't expect Russia to give that stuff up easily. And besides that, Assad, we committed false flags on them. We used assets from Syria and claimed that he did certain things. Shoot, that's why Ambassador Ted Stevens got it. I think there's just a lot of mess going on out there, and to talk about setting up a no-fly zone over Syria is World War III crazy nut job. What the heck are you saying? You're off your rocker, in my opinion, when you start talking like that. That's nuts. That is nuts. Sanitizer in my Oh, it's from the husk. Blue Bottle Bunny Farm corrects us there. Okay, from the husk. Yeah, is it from the outer husk? That's what I think when you say husk. I'd call the other the shell, or the inner shell. Which one is it? Did you hear the petition that Trump received today about declaring martial law or a revote? Well, there is General Flynn actually called for that. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Day in my tiny town in Northern California, the health clinic is taking thermal tips before you enter buildings. Anyone see Biden's hurt ankle bracelet? Yeah, what's up with that? I've heard he's wearing an ankle bracelet. Frozen world. I heard something about it, but like so many other things, not really. Yeah, there you go. Who knows? Who knows? Something to do with There is so much stuff flying around out there, guys. There's a lot of wheat and chaff, and you got to do a lot of sorting, pull them apart sometimes. I saw last Wednesday that there will be a massive arrest and prosecutors for treason and sedition against the Constitution by the end of the year. Well, Vicky, maybe. But, look, all the stuff we heard from QAnon, I remember all those tens of thousands of arrests that was going to take place next week for the last 4 years. Yeah, never happened. So we got to be careful. I don't know. Obama was arrested last night. Yeah, I kind of doubt that. Kind of doubt it. Remember, we were told a lot of certain celebrities were arrested and going to Guantanamo. It looks like they're still out running around pretty free, from what I can see. Like QAnon stuff. Yeah, arrest. Yeah, I heard that. I think that was a psyop just to keep us calm, make us think everything's don't worry your pretty little heads, everything's under control, and it never was. So I think that was a psyop on us. Guys, is this video dingy or is it just my screen? I don't like this. Samsungs are junk. The same source said that the arrests have already begun, not just converted by the Marks. Oh yeah, streaming news media. Okay. Well, we shall see. Let's name somebody's arrested and let's see if they're still out running around after they said they got arrested, right? Not sure, but I heard the lunar surface is around 60% titanium. It's got a very heavy percentage titanium. It's not 60. It may be in spots. The most prevalent single element in lunar soil is oxygen. I believe it's at about 40%. It's like 12% aluminum. It's got high iron in it. Of course, it's silicon. Silicon is one of the most prevalent items in it too. That's why when it heats up, it's like sand. It heats up, it makes glass. A meteorite's hit. It comes back down as glass. So a lot of the surface of the moon is very glassy. Thanks to all. That's Randy. Okay, Randy. Also heard if you need antibiotic, eat farmed fish. Well, I don't put any antibiotics in my fish. A lot of farm animals have it though. Use a black walnut husk tincture to treat thyroid poison for radiation. Yeah, that's one of the best things for iodine is you take it as a radiation precaution. I guess I gotta go back up the walnut tree now. Randy, and talk about iodine. They are thinking of making all meat GMO. Yeah, good luck doing that with the small farms, but then they want to put us out of business. Yeah, they wouldn't make the bigger stuff, or they'd be giving you, GMO plants and calling it meat. Yep. Incredible burger. Yeah, not too incredible in my opinion. Has anyone been updating the levels of radio activities? There used to be some websites that posted that stuff. I haven't seen it in a long time. Chase says, no, they really can't. It would be economic suicide for them to lose those ports. Amen. That's my point. So that's how the struggle between the various, elite players in the world is playing out. Putin's not apparently playing so well with the NWO crowd. So, some people say that. So of course, others say he's part of it. But there's definitely some tug of wars going there big time. So, yeah, they're trying hard to pressure him. And we've pushed him into China's corner. I think that's a terrible mistake on our part. Yeah, let's see. What is the vision for what they see coming in the next 10 years and those that work for the powers that be? Hey, you know what? their aim is the end of this decade. And you sit in UN documents, you sit in World Economic Forum postings, all that stuff I put out there about the Great Reset. And the funny thing is that actually they took one of those videos down that I did a video on. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if my video had anything to do with it. Boy, I was kind of early out there talking about the Great Reset. I mean, there's a few people mentioned it, but now everybody's talking about it. Talking about a lot. So let's see. I mentioned it for some time before I did a video or two on it. I actually did a couple videos. I was ahead of most of the channels on that. With her on still. make me think of my brother Bill. He's got a still on the hill, runs him off a gallon or two. Well, buzzards in the sky get so drunk they can't fly from a smelling that good old Mountain Dew. Let's see, outer first, they have aged and turned black. Oh, yeah, the outer here. After they've aged and turned black. Okay, right. Okay, got it. My worm sounds bad, eh? LOL. Sorry, Gregory. You... My worm sounds bad. What's up, Amanda? How you doing? My worm sounds bad. My worms are pretty quiet. Anyone know Black Berkeley filters knockoffs for Amazon for Cyber Monday? $39. Are they any good? It's a cheap price. Are they any good? I don't know. I use Pore Pure. I have Pore Pure. It has a metal spout instead of a plastic spout like a Berkeley. But I did a video on that. I did a video on sanitizing, purifying and sanitizing water, and I showed you life straws. I showed you the Sawyer. I showed you a Berkeley, my Pore Pure filter, and I showed you how to make your filters with plastic bottles and leaves and grass and sand and rock and charcoal that you make on the fire. I went through the whole thing. But you need a bigger bottle probably than what I did. It'd be better if you get a 2-liter bottle or something bigger, or even 5-gallon buckets works even better. Biggest problem we have with information these days is some blogger will cook something up. Oh yeah, they do that. Okay, I think I tried that one time. Oh. Hang on. All right. 2020. I can see that. What are we dividing by? We're dividing it by 666 divided by set the equal and see what we get here. Yikes. 3.03303. Yeah, I did see some funny numbers like that on his placards. So is that saying that Biden wants to divide this year by the devil? I don't know. There's been a devil of an idea. What do you get, Biden? So you divide this year by the devil and you get Biden. Jeez. Oh my God. This is like the patent 060606A1 that Rex was talking about, and there's so many things out there. Yeah, they're messing with us. Why do they do this, guys? What's that all about? Yeah, it's like they're trying to tell us something. They have to tell us. Screen cuts off. Jason. So we want all kinds of data, but still struggle with widespread ignorance. Boy, that's true. That is true. So I'm skeptical. You keep rumors of stuff like that. I think we can't rely on others. We're just going to start relying on ourselves. That's when I started the Future Freedom Restoration Foundation. I was over. In fact, Monday night, I was at Mike Siebert's house. He's the vice president. Mike Siebert has a long history of being involved with quite a few high-profile cases, legal cases. He is an excellent person, the VP in the Freedom Restoration Foundation. He may become the president of it. He's got quite a history. And he was here the day before, or the day before that. Yeah. So we've had a couple of face-to-face meetings this week. We're talking about contingency planning and quite a few other things. So, by the way, another thing to know is I'm working the tribe list. I am picking candidate tribe leads based on what everybody's told us in the questionnaires we've sent out. And so we've got several identified. I'm going to have to be contacted. I'm hoping to do that this weekend. And then we'll start sending them information from people that have applied to this. And so hopefully you'll be hearing from these guys, and we get a lot of these tribes moving. We have a fair bit of activity with that here in Alabama already. There's a couple other tribes that are already out there activated and working. And there is Arizona's going to be a very active spot. I told you I had a tribe in California. I'm going to create an annex to it. I got something cooking in California. No, Arizona. Did I say California? I hope not. Arizona. I'm going to I'll put out an announcement saying I got something cooking in Arizona. Sweeps knows what I'm talking about, I think. Amanda says, what I mean, itchy. All the above. Itchy. Hope you're all ready for Christmas. Yeah, I'm just getting started. Scratch, give me a few. I'll see if I can find it. Okay. Catherine. Excuse me. Catherine says, I'll eat for free. I'll eat a free run bunny or raise my own food. There you go. Easy trapping. Well, is it easy? Blue bottle. Biden wears an ankle bracelet in case he gets lost taking a walk. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How long till Kamala gets the job, huh? If he gets sworn in. China is playing silly burgers with Australia. Yeah. Amen. Amen. I've seen a lot of articles on that. It's funny, and Australia just signed into that big trade pact with China. But boy, they're having a lot of tension. Look, China will take Australia over. That's what they plan to do one day. Our wine, lobster, seafood, and meat export gone. Yeah. Heard a room that the USS Nimitz was in. Yeah. The USS Nimitz has been sent in. The USS Nimitz is there. The B-52s are there. But Iran's got some more pressure on them if they do hit back. No, they were talking about hitting Haifa, and now they backed off on it, apparently. They're being goaded. But they've also been told if they go for it, that what the consequences are, and it's got to do with these assassinations. That's coming up in my next video. Hopefully it's my next one. Man, I've had so many things I was going to do videos on, I just didn't have time. I've got material to do a video on, and tell me if you want to hear it. It's we put a human gene that makes our brain so big in the fetus of a monkey. And the monkey fetus brain grew twice as large as it should have been at that point in time. And it had the folds, characteristic of a human brain, which are not characteristic in the animal kingdom. One reason our brain folds so much is to enable it to have more surface area for mental processes, the neurons. It gives it more computing room, basically, more dimensions, more more area for the neurons. So what we saw with the monkey brain, monkey mind, mini monkey minds. So are we heading toward the Planet of the Apes? They did it. It was successful. Of course, it wasn't born, thankfully. Huge impact on unemployment and money. Yeah, I bet. Israel versus China versus Taiwan. Yeah, well, there's so much tension out here in the world right now. Yeah, it's messing up a lot of livelihoods, mental health, and lives in Australia, according to Amanda, by all this trade. Yeah, China is trying to get Australia to knuckle under. I mean, really knuckle under. That's what it looks like. I'm trying to handle this political situation with a sense of humor since it's the holidays. There you go, James. John Connor says, should I move away from NorCal to Arizona to be personally safe but leave behind numerous family? Well, that is a personal question. You know, you've got to have some loyalty. Take that worse than mine. Yeah, don't be in a city. You said you're in Northern California, a very rural, beautiful country in Northern California. So there should be some good places you could hide out, but you know you got to deal with the state, the politics of the state by being there, and them not wanting to be able to defend yourself and have bang bangs and toys like that. So there's things to take into consideration. What is your level of comfort? If you feel like you need to go to somewhere like Arizona, by all means go. I wouldn't be around Phoenix. Sorry about that, Gail. Big cities are not where I'd want to be. But that's not where I'm looking at in Arizona. Some of you know what I'm talking about, or probably. A year ago, I was just finishing up a long weekend in Arizona. I had shipped worms to Arizona. I shipped them a week before I got there. The postal office was slow when they got there when I was there. I could have been there a few days actually. And you may see I did a video of unboxing the worms that I had shipped and putting them in plywood totes, not plywood. I made plastic totes for them. And so I've got two videos doing plastic totes. People always say, Greg, I want to see a video on plastic totes for worms. What I do? They're on my channel. I got two of them, no less. Actually, I even showed how to do a kitty litter box in one video, so you could say three, but that really I don't count that one. That was the idea of a freebie worm bed. So I covered that. I've got 3 bathtubs. I'm gonna do some bathtub videos. I'm gonna do it's on to build the in-ground box. I haven't done. I got video on it, a bunch of snippets scattered all over my hard drive. So I don't know if I can pull them all together and make a video out of that or not. Those are bigger projects and just taking parts of it. The heater I did on video, but I probably got a lot of hours. It'd take a lot of editing to get that down to something I could use. I just don't have time to do that. The cool thing about that was that when I was coiling up the PEX pipe, you know how a lot of times you use a blow dryer to bend plastic tubes and to do shrink wrap. I used my shop heater. I had my shop heater sitting on my shoulder. Heating PEX pipe started bending in coils. That would have made some interesting video. Yeah, I've done some crazy stuff. Like some of the things I did with my tractor, flying logs to build my log barn. And there was a lot of things I just wished I had on video when I was pulling logs. It was crazy. It was crazy. So yeah, I should have started my YouTube channel years ago. Actually, the guy who taught me into doing a YouTube channel or told me I should be doing one 2 years before I started one was wanting me to interview him. So I may get him on my channel soon. He's been doing all like that for years. And all kind of energy systems. So Nimitz is into the golf today. Yeah, there we go. Amanda says, no money, no good, no industries to survive to supply the island. Heads up. Out wheat, corn, rice, sugar supplies. Oh my gosh. You guys are in a crisis. Let's hit the fan for you guys. Well, I always thought it was kind of nuts that Australia was so dependent on China for trade. That China was by far, hands down, the biggest trade partner with Australia. And Australia was almost like totally dependent on China. And I was saying, oh boy, that's not a good place to be. Oh no. And now you're paying for it. Yikes. USA would get from Australia or Canada. USA would get from Australia or Canada. Well, what do you mean by that, Amanda? Jay says, I'm going to stay in North California and keep my family safe. Okay, good choice. Protect the family. No more USA if you don't get crops sowed and pulled. I don't know what WIP from shelves and shops up there. Food masses isn't going to be. Well, we still make a little bit more food than we're using here. We're still exporting, but we did have a lot of challenges this year with that drench coat, or whatever you call it. They hit Wisconsin and moved on down through Illinois and so forth, and a few things like that. We're getting some early freezes now, but the corn's been up for some time. We've gotten, late. It was muddy in the spring, late planting. There's been a lot of challenges, but I think the crops here aren't that bad right now overall. But China is a whole nother matter. China is, yeah, they're going to be sucking up everything around the world because they're desperate in China for food. More 5'2", but he'll think he. Jason, yeah, buddy. Oh, my hand. June had some real fancy perfume. You know that one? We have no grain, no sugar. Why not? You'll say, well, not. We will supply you. Are you going to be supplying us? Might be. The grain, wheat, and rice, and corn. Is there an effective way to remove? Oh my gosh. Well, it's usually in elements and isotopes that are heavier than water. So you could maybe distill and get some of that out, or filter. But that's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah. You got, it depends on the isotopes that are giving the radioactivity, but it's usually radioactive elements are usually heavy. Carbon, though, is radioactive. Carbon is heavier, though, than H2O. So it's a bigger molecule. So, yeah, evaporation, distilling is probably the best. His bus says he's coming from everyone's souls. Oh, my God. Does it? Divide 2020 by 666, and you get his little text code. Text him. For money donations, I don't know. I saw it on this placard. I saw that number. Gosh, they're so out there. They're so there. Look for a video. The title: World Economic Forum's Terrifying Vision for 2030. Scratch. I've done videos on the World Economic Forum. I've done it. And they make everything sound so sweet, so wonderful. You'll own nothing. You'll have no privacy, but you've never been happier. Right. Right. Turn me into a mind-numbed robot zombie. That's what they want to do. Man, I wish you were here. That's all I can say. Thomas, where I suspect that the distillation might help somewhat by removing the heavier elements. Yeah, that's what I just said. Cool. You're ahead of me. See, Jason and I are on such a similar. Jason will talk physics and chemistry and a little bit of engineering stuff and plants and growing stuff and moonshine songs. He's into worms. He has a greenhouse. He's a wizard. Jason and I got a lot in common. Jason, if you were around here, we would be dangerous together. Could it have been China? I don't know if there's much chi in China. So supposedly it was remote control, the buddy up to Iran. Well, it looks like Israel did that. Greg, got your Christmas tree up yet? I have both my tabletops with green and candy men and tree. Well, you're way ahead of me. I just got a Christmas bookshelf. For those that haven't seen it yet, my Christmas bookshelf. Hang on, let me turn this camera around. There it is. There's my Christmas bookshelf. Once again, I'll turn off the lights. The power grid, the fence sign in the middle. That's not all the lights, just the one right on my desk here. One on my fingertip. That guy's switch is way on the All right, I got a mess in there. Hope to hear from the tribal list. I submitted info beginning of the year. Yeah, we've been running way behind on that. Sorry. Yeah, I had a volunteer take it and got the bright idea to create. I guess I kind of missed out on the idea what would do the spreadsheet. And that's most unfortunate. Oh, I just got a text message from a tribe partner out of Arizona to check that later. So I mentioned, the main tribe group in Arizona is anonymous. They don't want to be known. And any tribe will be anonymous unless they ask me to be otherwise. I will send them information about people that want to join or people that are good prospects for them, and they can decide what to do with it. Because we don't want to blow the cover on any tribe. So everybody knows I'm here where I'm at. Does DG know he's permanently buffering? No, I didn't know I was permanently buffering Scratch. I see sometimes my signal drops. It's probably what we're talking about. It's probably the problem. Kamala pushed him. Is that what problem with his ankle? She might push him a bunch more. The smartest thing that Obama ever did? The smartest thing Obama ever did was make Hillary the Secretary of State instead of Vice President. Now, why is that? Somebody tell me why that is. Rebel Rose, how you doing, my friend? China going after us is stupid, but China going for it. Yeah, China's going after everybody. China wants everything. Have we noticed that? Oh, what's going on here? Yikes, I got some odd mode here. Something's going on my phone. Oh. Let's see what it is. It's trying to put me in that silly dream. Well, it won't let me click it. Yeah. Hang on, my phone is getting weird on me. Give me a second, guys. Silly phone is doing silly things. Come on. It's trying to make me pick a different screen, which would really blur everything, but it won't let me pick normal. I'm clicking it, and it's eating up half my screen. I can't see the text messages at one at a time right now. Oh, gosh. Come on, get to stop this. Phone, quit. I don't want to see this. Quit. Stop. Save highlight. Okay. Let's see. Oh, come on. Get it off my... Oh, my gosh. I hate this. Let me hit refresh. No, it ain't doing any good. All right. I'm having trouble. There we go. Yikes. Silly phone. Let me know. I'm going to put this overhead light because it really washes the screen out a lot. I know that's part of the problem here. Spider horse. I might have been messing. I'm messing around with my phone. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, hadn't heard anything. Okay, yeah. Like I said, we had a volunteer that made it. Was trying to help. Was trying to organize things, but she really made it way too complicated. And so I got another volunteer involved. Now we got a spreadsheet, and so it's got all the people that put names in up to a certain point in time. And I'm organizing that right now, and I'll start contacting people. The tribe heads, that's who I'm going to contact first, and we'll leave it to them to contact the individuals. And if nobody hears back after that, let me know. There's several tribe leads in the country, and some areas have quite a few in like one spot. There's not as many in Arkansas as I thought we'd have, but I got a bunch of them around here between Tennessee and Alabama. There's a lot of them in this area, so more than we probably need. But we need to be able to get people associated. California's lacking. We got more people in California than we got people. There is one individual in California said they'd be willing to lead a tribe. They said they were looking for land. They've actually have a spot for people. is lacking in having a good tribe lead candidate. Um, I don't really have anything in Washington State or Oregon, believe it or not, either. Uh, there's something in, I believe, Montana, Wyoming. We got Pennsylvania, Maine. We got a few in Arizona. We've got Missouri, Florida, Georgia. When we pull in the other names, we'll be filling that in. I may just do a video and ask people to step up and help in certain areas. And I'm gonna have to take my main computer in the shop and get some work done on it. Maybe when I do that, I can get that Discord problem fixed and start Discord. Uh, there is out there a guy who is something of a he's trying to attack me, and he may be a problem with the screw if we set Discord up. He may be on there just flaming everything. So he's a piece of work. That's all I can say. Cool Christmas chef, love it. Ricky Spence, it's okay. It wasn't meant to be. What's that? It wasn't meant to be. No, not anymore. What are we talking here? All sorts of single. Oh, Ricky is all sorts of. Nope, all sorts of single. Are you talking? Is there somebody named all sorts of single? I'm kind of. I'm missing the conversation. It looks like when my phone was goofing up on me. We do have Patriot Cowgirl. Okay. Yes, we never get two wizards in the same room. You got two wizards in the same room tonight. Jason, now, what's a wizard? Just somebody wise. Really means wisdom. It's not hurling lightning bolts, casting spells. Zap, zap. That's TV. That's movies. Like I said, I do believe in the greater creator, so don't get all worked up, guys. Yes, Prince Charming will gallop up someday. Okay. All right, where you at, Ricky? Excuse me. Chicken eggs can store in fireplace ashes. No refrigerator for 8 months. Yeah, you can also put mineral oil on them. You know, if you don't wash the egg, the albumin, which is what the chicken leaves on the surface of the egg, helps it last a long time. When you wash it off, yeah, the egg won't last as long. So it may look prettier, but you just whacked it out. Sorry about the buffering there. Let's hope he isn't on a three-legged horse. Oh, that's where the three-legged horse came from. Talking about the knight in shining armor. Okay. Ricky, your organization skills rival mine, Greg. Well, actually, it's time. I can organize. It's just time. Time is my issue. I got a severe case of too many irons in the fire itis. China wants to rule the world. No kidding. That's what I talk about in some of my videos. And some people don't like that, but man, China is aggressive. Very aggressive. China is extremely aggressive. They're scary. Very scary in my book. Why doesn't the U.S. and other Western nations call out China's national hacker army? Well, they should. You think this President Biden is going to do that, or Kamala, if they get in office? What do you think they'll do? Woden rides 8-legged horse. Yes, Vicky. That's right. That's right. Schleppnir. See, 8 legs. 8 legs, Schleppnir. And he carries a sphere called Gunger. It kicked me out there. The bug to the world. They declared, yeah, that might be a act of bio or spider horse. Oh, that's where spider horse came from. Oh, I got it. Yeah, 8-legged horse. Amen. Now I know where all this conversation came from. That's right. So I missed part of that. Chat just got bizarre. Okay. So Ricky was talking about the knight on shining armor coming in, and then Scratch was teasing her and said, as long as he's not on a three-legged horse. And Vicky mentioned that Odin rides a eight-legged horse, and Scratch said spider horse. Yeah, I saw his comment before I saw any of those. I go, that's spider horse. But there are spider goats. There are goats that had their genes crossed with spider in such a way that they would have uh, spider that their milk glands would produce spider silk. So they produce a milk that has spider silk in the milk. The idea is we might be able to make find some way to make spider silk industrially from goat milk. Jeez, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Let's cross a spider and a goat. Holy smoke! Yeah, and we thought the Greeks were weird, right? So this whole idea of the whole idea of and they did that 10 years ago, I believe. It's been some while back. They had a spider ghost. It's been a while. Guys, we're living in a science fiction in a cacophony, or can you say it, of science fiction novels all playing at the same time. And Planet of the Apes looks like it might be one of them. Well, it's going to keep some rich billionaire from deciding to actually play with it, go with it. So if it was a little lab, and I like me some really smart monkeys. That'd be a lot of fun. Slaves or pets or whatever. They thought they'd create a super soldier, and I guess they never were successful with that. What we do now, who knows? Rubber Rose is giving a recipe. 1 ounce weight of hydrolyzed lime to 1 quart of water. No, I'm not caught up here, Ricky. I'm behind. Obama was smart to make Hellion Secretary of State instead of VP so she wouldn't inherit the presidency. There you go, Vicky. And behind. Chicken eggs even last over 1 year with no refrigerator put in lime powder. Over a year? Wow. Let's see. Frozen World's Athlete Project said he found a third monolith. Oh, there's one in California now. Yeah. They're like popping up everywhere all at once. They're just like popping up all over the place. What is that all about? What's the message? What's it supposed to tell us? Again, we're living in a science fiction movie. What did I say? I got to do a video just on that. I'm going to do a video on the spider monkeys. I've been thinking spiders here. There's a spider monkey on the monkey brains. Planet of the Apes. I have to do a Planet of the Apes video. Then I'm going to do a separate one at some point. Are we living in a science fiction novel or movie or what? It's just getting weird. Let's see what's the rest saying. And Patriot Cowgirl. Sorry, kind of new to the channel. Tribe. Mag. Yeah, tribe equals mag. That's true, Patriot Cowgirl. That's true. I did some videos on that, and I'll be doing some more. Your ex-boyfriend, was he riding a three-legged horse, Ricky? Buffering. Oh, people in his group. No tribe is for Greg's tribe. Okay, I'm not following real. we do have a couple of tribes that's already in progress. But more work's needed. More work is needed. We have, but I'm in the process of going through the spreadsheet, and I got it now, and I'm evaluating. I kept begging for the spreadsheet some months ago, and they wouldn't get it, and I couldn't figure out why. I now know. They made it more complicated than it needed to be initially. They were trying to use folders to sort everything, but the spreadsheet will do it all automatically. It was just not the way to go. Took up a lot of time, but it was well intended. There was never there was a witch owner. We had a witch in this channel here. I might light her up, says Dr. Jimin's Place. All right. Colorado, says Ricky. You in Colorado? Well, if everything I'm doing is going through, I want to be a multi-state person myself. I will be going back and forth a lot. So I need to find a couple of couples who would sharecrop my farms. Hint, hint, plural, hint, hint, be going back and forth, hint, 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 hint. Gee, they're trying to knock me offline here. This keeps happening. Okay, Sonia, nobody's made the contacts yet because I'm still trying to get I'm still working on the leads. I'm going through and trying to identify all the leads. Several people said they would be interested in being a lead or being a leader. Well, you need to have property too, and and we need to put out some cautions for anybody wanting to be a lead. I had an individual put together some kind of document as a guide, and I got to find where that went. There's been so much water in the bridge here lately. Yeah. As Scratch says, the sweetie Rebel Rose, love you more. That's cute. LOL, GG says Scratch. I said, Rebel, I'm way behind here. Let's see. Let's just speed up the last 10 minutes. So I just chatted with, wow. That's where, yeah, Rex is in Colorado. He and Diamond both live in the area of Pagosa Springs. I think they're several miles apart though, but they're both in that Pagosa Springs area. Philip K. Dick would have a time topping our world today. Or have a hard time topping our world today. He's south and west of me. So is Diamond. Okay. So Ricky, you are in Colorado. Where in Colorado are you? Are you around uh, Colorado Springs? Yeah, geese make a good alarm. That's so true. Copycat monolith makers. Are they copycats or is it the same maker? Just putting them out in different places. Prison World at Greg. Oh, Frozen. What's going on? Prison World at Greg. Yeah. Wow. What are you talking about there, Frozen? Prison World. Oh, you're trying to get my attention. You put a space between the @ and Greg. Prison World. Yeah. Um, Gulag, Planet Gulag. You're talking about global Gulag in a couple of my videos. Prison Planet. That's what Alex calls it, right? Prison Planet. Actually, I seen a second one that. Actually, I seen a second one that Rex found. Okay. Oh, that little one. Yeah, they found that little one they were kidding about. Yeah, well, it actually was made of stone, and it was one rock that did make it a monolith, a midget monolith. And let's see, Rebellion to Tyrants. Greg, have you ever heard of the Georgia Guidestones in northern Alabama? Multi-million-dollar monument that advocates. That's in Georgia. That is in Georgia. Georgia. And by the way, I did ship worms to that town, Elbers. What's the name of the town right next to it? In fact, I looked up the address. It was like a farm, like right across from the Guidestone. So I imagine some of my worms escaped and are presently tunneled under the Guidestone. So that's part of my conspiracy to topple the NW. Oh, I'm working on it. I'm undermining it with wormhole generators. Let's see. I need to smoke more. Excuse me, guys. Prepare for the dark winter. Biden warned us it was coming. He did. He called it dark winter. And dark winter is really a reference to bioexercise, if y'all remember. Yeah, it's not in northern Alabama. I'm in northern Alabama, but those stones are in northeast Georgia. Buffering. Sorry about that. I got you. 120 acres if need. Okay, Frozen World, where are you? Where you at, Frozen World? You need to email me. Email me at hal5space@aol.com. Check out some other videos at the bottom. You'll find a link to that. the videos I post, not the live sessions. Hal5space at AOL.com, and put tribe in the subject line. I might do some sharecropping, but I can't travel just yet. Got the mother-in-law to take care of. Yeah, what's that? Just ordered an off-grid solar system. Saved all year. Delivery time 30 days out. Okay. How much did that cost you? How big was it, Witness? How big is your system? 3 hours away to Rex and Diamond. You are in the Springs. Okay. You are in the Springs. That's what I thought when you said that. Kind of directionally. In Colorado Springs. NORAD. Cheyenne Mountain. My buddy Ed Kiker lived there for a while. You may have seen when I was at the flea market. The guy who's got all that stuff there that I was buying stuff from, turns out he knows one of my best friends that I met at Fort Greeley, Alaska, being Ed Kiker. And Ed Kiker went to Colorado Springs after that. Now he's here in the Huntsville area. And Ed Kiker and I worked together on these power grid defense conferences. Ed Kiker actually ran a track for me at my first International Space Development Conference in 1993, even though at the time he was living in Kansas. But when I met him, he'd been in Alaska for quite a while and was the post environmental officer at Fort Greeley. He also was involved in burying the reactor core of the nuclear power plant that was at Fort Greeley. Our society together. He and I go way back. I'm going to go get one. I'm going to go get one of the monoliths and take it to Rick's pawn shop. Hey, there was a guy, I don't know if y'all ever saw it, the guy who did took one of the hybrid rocket motors to Rick's pawn shop. You know, he was here in Huntsville. He got that from my buddy Tim Pickens. Yeah, and you'll, yeah, those little suitcase hybrids. Yeah, we built those things. What was his name? Oh shoot, I know his name. I can't remember him right off the bat. But he moved out to Vegas and he took one of those hybrid. He took one of those things into Rick's and they put it on TV. That's funny. You're in the Four Corners area, Rebel. Well, you know what, Rebel Bros, I might be really close to you. Well, just south of I-40 in the not too distant future. My worms were half frozen this morning. Well, Witness, you need a bit with a whole lot of thermal mass. Where you at, Witness? And how big is your worm bed? That matters. There's a doc movie about the Georgia ice zones. It used to be on Netflix. It was called Dark Clouds Over Elberton. Yeah, Elberton's the name. That's it. Elberton. Yeah. I haven't been there personally, but I sent worms there. They're outside Atlanta. Yeah, northeast of Atlanta. Now, you know, I probably drove close to there back when I was going back and forth to Fort Bragg a lot, Fort Jackson and Fort Bragg when I first joined the Army, but I think I cut a little bit further east than Elberton. So I never actually been in Elberton, but I've been actually thinking about going there. I should go there and do a video, right? You know, I did go to Timsboro, the ghost city, and heard voices in the abandoned theater. I went back and tried to recreate it. It didn't happen. Is it Dart Winter code for baby in? I don't know, but you know, they talked about it was the name of an exercise on a biological situation. So what do they mean by all that? Is that where NORAD is? Yes, Scratch, that is Colorado Springs. They got the Air Force, you know, it's got their big university there too. Can see them boogers from my front porch. Oh, okay. 6 kW split phase. Okay. 100 kW battery storage. Well, now see, that's a good deal. You get 6 kW split phase, and you got it for $6,500 with 10K of storage battery. Witness, that sounds like a really good deal. Who did you get it from? Where did you find it? So maybe if you say it out, maybe one of the mods can put a link to it. We're due an ice age, said Scratch. Scratch, actually, we're in the interglacial of an ice age. The Quaternary Ice Age has been going for a couple million years, and we're just in one of the interglacials. In fact, this interglacial is getting a little long in the tooth, so it may be time for the glaciers to come back. It's coming, Scratch. Yeah. 5 miles from the Utah border. Are you on the Utah side, Rebel? I say I've been to hybrid motor. I just saying. It was plexiglass. The casing and the fuel were the same, and it flowed laughing gas, nitrous oxide. That's the way those were made. They're clear and they make a beautiful little suitcase hybrid for classroom demonstrations because they're clear and you can see the flame in this burning in the center. So they're beautiful. They make beautiful demo rocket motors. Just take a section of plexiglass, cylinder, drill a core port through the center, and plumb system in it, and it makes a beautiful hybrid motor, and you put it in a suitcase, carried around. Basically, that's what we did. Most of my hybrids, we used our best performing fuel was asphalt. Now, I have used a fancier hydroxyl terminated butadiene, HTBB, and of course, we coat that stuff with Escris and various things like that on the binders, and we had to have an insulation layer. Actually, one of the best insulations we had to put inside our casing, believe it or not, was we experimented with a lot of really expensive thermal coatings and stuff like that, and then found one of the best performers we had was black stove cement. Yeah, really. And we found the asphalt actually outperformed the HTPB, hydroxyl terminated polybutadiene, which is it's the binder used in military solid rocket motors. And it's been a while, but I talked about the magnetic poles flipping, and it makes us more susceptible to solar storms. Now the sun's cranking back up, so yeah, we could lose a grid from a solar coronal mass ejection. It could be a smaller one than what's affected our grid in the past. Something like the Quebec event, which is like 100th as powerful as the Carrington event, might be all it's going to take out our power from terrorist attacks, from hacking, from all kinds of forces, including the CME. There's too many root causes that can bring down our grid, and the consequences of it are catastrophic. That's why we need to get ready. That's why we need to prep and prepare. But it's also why we need to push to get our grid hardened, because that's nonsense that we've got something so important, so vital, and so unprotected that has so many root causes that can bring it down. That is such nonsense. That's like criminal malfeasance, negligence, in my opinion, that it's been permitted to do that. And of course, the deep state and the companies, they do everything they can to resist any change to fix things. Oh, it's all good, it's fine. Well, the engineers who are really familiar with this stuff said, no, it's not. It's not even close to it. I know what, by the way, I'm involved in a very large power grid defense community. And just so you know, not a one of us are buying those little boxes that some people are talking about, oh, this will save you. Bull. Bull. Let's see, Scratch. Check out BP Earthwatch archives there. He explains thoroughly about solar minimum. BP Earthwatch. He's down in Mississippi. He's not far from here. He does some good updates when storms come through. A lot of hurricanes coming through, especially in our area. And it's good to watch him. Could be part is nothing to what I believe could happen. But I try to stay positive. Well, that's what I'm talking about, Scratch. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Self-sustain. Indiana Greg, I got the worms from you this spring. Have the Oh, you're in Indiana. I'll just call him Indiana Greg at first, like Indiana Jones. All right, you're saying Indiana. You got the worms from me in the spring. Yeah, I hadn't shipped any since April. And have thermal mass. How much thermal mass do you have in your beds? How big are your beds? You're further north than me, though, so you're going to be more susceptible to colder weathers. I did a video on keeping your worms warm in the winter. Maybe I need to hit that topic again. So you can see NORAD and Cheyenne Mountain from your front porch. All right. Well, Ricky, if the balloon goes up, you're going to see some mushroom clouds in that area, most likely. Yeah, you might want to hope you got a little distance between you and there. And don't look at the mushroom cloud when it don't. If you what happens when a nuke goes off is you get a really blinding bright flash. Don't look at it. You'll still get blinded almost, even if you don't look at it, because that stuff goes through there's so much light. It's insane. But don't look at it. And if you're anywhere near close to it, you got to hit the ground real fast because you'll get a blast wave rolling over you. And don't get up after that one because then there's a back wave coming back. Houses, all that'll be blowing, rolling on the ground with a blast wave. Trees. Yeah, you don't need that stuff to hit you. So you prefer if you can fall into depression. But don't spend a lot of time looking for it if you're close. Just remember between the light and the sound or the blast wave, 6 seconds per mile. But in this case, the sound is going to be accompanied with all that debris real fast. Sound might move a little faster than debris, but not a whole lot. But that sound's going to be deafening. Yeah, the training we had was if you thought there was a blast, the first thing you did is you dropped. You just, wherever you're at, you dropped. We actually practiced that. So when I was in the Army and we had a hybrid rocket coming at us on the deck of the Pearl River barge out in the Gulf of Mexico, my first reaction was I told everybody, I yelled, "Hit the deck!" And then in my mind, I suddenly realized we didn't have a fracture problem like a grenade. That this thing was going to hit, might actually physically hit us, and then it was going to hit somebody come after us. And so I changed my words real fast, and I said, "No, run!" Real loud, run! And I heard everybody back up to the wheelhouse of the boat as this thing was crashing down at us, behind us. And yeah, that was my Space Launch 2 rocket. Today it hangs from the ceiling of the Straight to L Brewery in Huntsville, Alabama. That one already got us. I have ran from rockets and many other things in my life. As I was, I used to play Bigfoot as a kid. I used to scare the devil out of campers. And of course, where I grew up on Sand Mountain, there's a couple people have been in my chat here from Sand Mountain. You'll know that anybody going camping out back in the day, and I would carry a shotgun or something, some kind of bangs. And yeah, they would often point them in my direction and pull some triggers. So, at that point, you get out of Dodge. And there's been a few occasions where I had to get out of Dodge and I'd have been running. And so when I became an engineer, I thought, well, the rest of my life's going to be rather boring and stage, sitting behind a desk doing some calculations, and that's going to be about it. Then I started doing these rockets, and I'm running down the deck of this boat, yelling at everybody to run, running for my life, with a rocket coming at me, and the thing that I got was a flashback to being a kid. I said, man, it's just like when I was a kid. Yeah, I thought I'd live past those days, and here they are again. So I've had some adventures in my life. Yeah. On Fort Carson. You're on Fort Carson? Or I bet you're just close to right across from it. You're looking on Fort Carson, right? Rosenwald, grievous scratch. Rosenwald, Mother Nature, cycles, just like everything else. Cycles and cycles of cycles. The fauna reverse. Well, they're trying to knock me off air here, it looks like. Greg, would you say that joining the military is still a viable option with the state of the world? No, I wouldn't do it today. He's going to be your masters. I was worried about it when I did it back in 1979 when I was 19 years old. I certainly would not want to do it today. Now, my son was in probably in the year 2000. What was it? In the year 2000 or 1998 or 1999, somewhere around there. And he spent 8 years in. And my youngest daughter got interested. She's a lot younger than my son. And I just said, no, you don't want to do it. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. I'm sure. Oh yeah. I got some Bigfoot stories. When I was out playing it, but I got some other stories too. I started playing Bigfoot because a certain neighbor thought he saw one. I thought he was nuts until that's what got me playing. I thought, wow, this guy's ripe for scaring. I'll just take advantage of it. Bug Out Bubba, I'm late. What are we talking about here tonight? Hey, whatever you want to talk about, Bug Out. We are all over the map. All over the map. From EMP, uh, from solar chroma mass ejections, magnetic field reversal, uh, prepping, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Iran. We have talked about just about Bigfoot, Cheyenne Mountain, ducking how to duck if there's a nuclear blast, running from shotgun. we've talked it here. Rockets. They ran my dad and I off from the property in 1980. Oh, Sonia, are you talking about Bigfoot? They ran my dad and I off our property in 1980. Left with a caribou migration. Whew. Sonia, tell us some more. Alaska, mile 80. They mess with our horses. Guys, I had a picture. I had a video. I took a video of a huge, big footprint in front of my greenhouse. And I saw a barefoot footprint out in my road. And it was like cold weather, too. I thought, well, that's strange. Ginormous, but I just thought it was strange. I thought, what is this? And then this little lady that stayed here with me for a while. I had a little homeless lady staying with me here for a while, working for him and board. And quite a few guys when she was living here. But this one guy over. He was delivering wood chips here for. He said, can I see her? Can I dare? I said, yeah. What are you asking me? I said, sure. By all means, go date her, take her, ask her. And he said, well, you wouldn't mind if I just come pick her up? Which is no, by all means. Well, they went off. They hit it off. And they hit it off. But after she left, she tells me, says, Greg, apparently he was saying something, and they just weren't telling me about it. And that's according to her. Here. I say here. I saw a strange footprint or two. Not as big as the footprint I saw in the spring when I was a kid. I think the ones around here have narrow feet, but they get long. They can get long. You don't like the ones in the Northwest. You need broad foot, I guess, if you're in a lot of snow. So, kind of strange. What is it? Somebody? What is it? Even less moon last night, southeast of the. See, Mark Fugler is doing a live show about native tribe from Greenland who warned NASA. Did you get that memo, Greg? Earth has shifted. Oh, I've heard that, but you know what? North Star looks like it's the same spot to me. My dad was CIA, says Rebel Rose. Okay. Well, you've been a CIA guy on my channel. A guy who spent some time in the CIA, Dr. Peter Vincent Pratt. But he is all against the deep state. And I might one day get Jim Woolsey on my channel. He was a CIA director. He's also for Power Grid Defense, so he seems to be a white hat these days. Kind of strange, right? Not seeing Greg. Is he offline? I bounced a couple times. I hope you see me now. Devin, Greg, in the age of suitcase hybrid rocket engines, is the pony still a viable mean of transportation? Well, walking still is, right? I'm not sure a pony was ever a viable means of transportation. Those little Shetland ponies are mean as all get out. I've had two adults. Yeah, those things can be mean. I've done my share of riding them. Interesting revelation about asphalt, but I guess not too surprising. Yeah, it's a good fuel. Okay, are y'all seeing me? What's going on here? Let me scroll some more. Ever heard of Steve? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen Israeli News Live, Steve Bannon, many times. Actually, I watched him tonight, in fact. Uh, but I did poke a little fun at him, really more, not so much him. Back in August, I posted a video. I said that Nibiru comes not this way because he had some supposing Pentagon and intelligence people telling him that, and told him point blank, he said, and by September, nobody on Earth would be able to deny it was here. And in August, I said, no, it's not coming. Of course, now we're way past September and no sign thereof. So I was right in that case. But he's pretty good with knowing what's going on in the Mid East and things over there. So he does. Now I'm gonna do, when I do this Iran report, it may conflict with him just a little bit, because he's got as a foregone conclusion there's going to be a bang bang shoot up over there. I'm not going to say it's a foregone; it could happen, but there's some countervailing forces that I'll talk about. I may have a little intel, and maybe he's got the same intel by now. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure more. Oh, let's see. What else in here? Scratch. I used to watch him, but he glitched one night after I went off saying aliens were talking to him and wondering what's going on. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. He gets some strange things sometimes. All right, asphalt roads burn. Pick a small, yeah. There you go. Just get some of that stuff and make you some rocket fuel out of it. Well, yeah. If you're not at ground zero, it's the radiation worried about. But I'd be more worried about what the EMPs will do to the country and what it'll do to the power plants and the spent fuel rod pulls. We'll get a lot more radiation coming out of that than the actual warheads. White hot, wise owl. It looks that way. The entire solar system is about to go through something from what I can't make out. Connie Lingus, how you doing, lady? Don't drink the rain. There you go. Just finished an Afghan for my granddaughter. Well, that's nice on you. I still got one that my grandmother made many, many moons ago. Um, on my birthday too. The alignment, the winter solstice. Oh, okay. What about Saturn and Jupiter getting in close proximity on the 21st? And you know, a lot of people think that's the Star of Jerusalem, Star of Bethlehem. Excuse me, Star of Bethlehem. They think that's what that was. It only happens every so many, 500 years or something like that. Just hadn't drinking yet. I need some of this coffee. Hang on, guys. It's coffee time. Ding, 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 ding. Hammer time, coffee time. Oh, it's still really hot. Thermos. Woo wee. Let's pour some out in a mug. Make it more drinkable. I need to be gulping that stuff, not sipping it. Yeah, I haven't slept much of late. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna set the phone down. I'm gonna pop this lid. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. I know you look at the ceiling. I know that's not the most exciting thing in the world. But I got to pour this coffee out of the thermos into a mug so I can cool it off enough to drink it. The thermos is too hot. And I got to have some coffee. Coffee. Some coffee. Dusty reads in space. 95 minutes. Put together myself. 2 by 3 split. Okay, phase. Grow watt inverters. It's okay. 12 volt. Okay, okay. Cool, cool. Well, very good, Witness 144. That's right, Rebel. Can't get out of this earth breathing anyway. All right, Sonny, what was distasteful? What's the issue here? Military service in this day and age is sure a way to get stuck in the situation where a sociopath will be ordering you. That's what I'd worry about right there. Bingo. To do immoral things for no good reason. Bingo. Yes, that's why I wouldn't want anybody in the service right now. Facing 2 houses this month. Everybody agrees with Jason, me included. What if humans have discovered all the cycles? Well, we're getting some better idea when looking at all these ice cores now. But, there's bigger cycles like the sun going all the way around the galaxy. It also happens about every 250,000 years. There is the big dials, right? And no, not 250,000. It's about every 25 million years. That's about how long it takes for the sun to go all the way around the Milky Way. No, I got that wrong. That's how long. It's 250 million. I got to go back. Okay, it's 250 million. Like the Permian extinction kind of through the plane of the ecliptic of the galaxy about every 25 million years as it goes around. That's what it is. So you got other cycles like that. So you have a higher energy density gravitational wave. You might have experiences, but there's a infrared Sagittarius galaxy with our Milky Way galaxy. So there's this small galaxy going down through our galaxy that it may be that we encounter that when we go around once around the galaxy, and the energies associated with that might cause a lot more. Yeah, and there's no reason for it. There's no reason for this. It's silly. Can't dictate to it and try to ride the waves. Amen. Maybe the big feet like worms. Well, that might be. We got a swamp in here. Yeah, that's right, Vicky. Mother Earth has been around a while. Milking me for info. I've seen barefoot footprints in my snow after I said it was the aliens. My hair's in my face, guys. Will never get me. They disappear in the yard. I believe we've been lucky as a planet throughout history. Yeah, I agree with that. A lot worse things could happen than what's happened to us. Might have been protected. Could be. Yeah, what are they doing in the Smithsonian? Yeah, how they build all that stuff in the big high Andes mountains with thin air. Good question. I don't think the air used to be as thin as it is now. I think every time we get an impact, it knocks some off. Of course, I think if we had something happen like Doug Vogt describes, we wouldn't have any air left at all. Very little. Good with Trump and the meek shall inherit the earth, at least for a while. Oh, in Spaceman, we used to say, okay, the meek can have the earth. We're moving out. But there's a lot to be said for being on the meek side. But you still got to take care of what's yours. I also believe we've changed the species over the course of the planet's history. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe air density scratch. Greg, what's your opinion on a hollow Earth? Oh, when I melt lead, all the heaviest stuff goes to the bottom. So if the Earth was ever molten, all the stuff would sink. Of course, in the middle of the Earth, it's really zero gravity. So, because all the gravity from all the other parts pull equally, but things would get pressed in. So, I have a hard time thinking the Earth's going to be hollow. Now, there may be pockets and voids, but you get so much pressure, you got to have something to maintain it. In the crust, we get caverns. As you get down further, it seems harder. You got to have something in there to hold up the ceiling. You got a pressure, and a lot more pressure than we got here in our caverns near the surface. So, if you had a hollow Earth, though, as you went through it, if you took a planet like an asteroid or something and drilled a hole all the way through it, and you drop something into the hole, it will it will it will start traveling and pick up speed. Even though it's almost zero gravity in the center, it's picked up so much speed the other side starts pulling on it as it's coming out, and so it will go all the way to nearly the surface of the other side and go back the other way. It'll go back and forth. Eventually, over a period of time, it'll damp out and come to rest in the center. And since it will come to rest in the center, it makes me think, there's probably stuff there. Probably stuff there. So, it's just a little, I know, expeditions to the Arctic and all that kind of stuff, but it's kind of hard to swallow that one, even the worst of times. Isn't it late for coffee? Not for me, it's not. Just keep my eyes open. Believe me, I could go to bed and go to sleep right now. I'm drinking a pot of it. It just helps a little bit. They don't bother me like, According to our DNA, we've been changed apparently. We have pairs or something. Yeah, Jason, maybe somebody did a little tinkering with us. Got a point there. Talking about our DNA. Blood types prove there are differences in humans. Yep. April. Dust Bowl. Nothing new cycle, is it? Yeah, we get cycles. Cycles and cycles of cycles. There are too many anomalies in the official records for me to believe them. Okay. I see what you're saying. Goons for a bit. Goons for a bit. I'll stop back in and see if you're still on. I guess you meant gone for a bit, Ricky. Well, good night, Ricky. 250 mil. 250 mil. 250 mil of what? That's a quarter of a meter. Fingers getting kind of stiff here. I don't want to stay on here all night, guys. They still know the origin of RH negative blood. Yeah, okay. O negative. When you're really worried as the birth pains of the mothership. Do you have... I'm back. Okay, good. So why are they putting monoliths everywhere? In the movie, the apes can be seen worshiping the tall metal monolith much the same way one found in the desert. Just people walking around that are kind of like the apes, huh? So what are we going to evolve into if we're still the apes? Think water and space. We are just people too, but I have some gifts. But we're all people. There you go. Love the hair game, man. Secret prepper. Listen, people, I can't handle this unfreeze. Sorry about that. It's the platform. This platform just don't like my live video sometimes, especially this session. Oh, that one's still hot. Wow. You're back. It's incredible to think that each one of our ancestors, going back thousands of generations, made such good directions that they survived. Yes, we are the descendants of survivors. That's key to know. Rare sight, green legs without a hat. Oh, you cut me pulling my hat off. Yeah. Okay. Shelly, how you doing? Bigger. Scratch, I think the reason everything was bigger is because we had more atmosphere and you could breathe more and oxygen was more readily available and it helped things get bigger and atmospheric pressure supported the blood vessels better for tall animals. You take a dinosaur and put him in the world's atmosphere today, he'd die real fast. His dinosaur in some sad shape. Yeah, puzzle about the appearance of the rainbow. What? Well, yeah, if you get your bones magnetized by a lot of electrical current, it'll wipe your watches out and stuff like that. My dad had that problem. Too positive. Too cold for frogs. Yeah, no frogs tonight. No frogs tonight. Seems to be a common issue with RH blood. Well, my dad was O positive and he had that issue. Burning hot bench. I can wear copper, but do not turn green. All right, Rebel. Have I got? No, I haven't got to the bottom. Hey, Brother Gray, great chat. It's getting late. Take care. All right, you take care too, witness. I'm trying to roll this a little faster. So I got behind. Well, I was a massage therapist. A lot of energy. Okay, cool. I finally made the bottom. All right, good. I'd have to take a. Sometimes when I run my trap, I get behind too. You know what? I don't have a jacket. It's cold outside. We're going to walk outside real quick. Maybe if I turn it into a popsicle, you'll know it's a bad idea, right? It's not as cold tonight as it was. Hang on, guys. Let's head outside real quick. That's what the moon looks like. What's the sky look like? Get a quick report. There was a house straight over burnt down and a guy died in it today. Just the next street over from me, the key. Some guy paid the ultimate price. His house burnt and he was in it. I don't know if he was asleep or what. Maybe he had the heater on. He was in bed asleep. Maybe he was running a space heater. I don't know what happened. There is a moon out, guys. Supposing we had a lunar eclipse. What, on the 30th? This is the beaver moon. If y'all don't know, it's still pretty full to me. Around switch to it, there's a couple of little wispy clouds up there. I'm not hearing frogs. Trying to turn it around. Shoot, it ain't turning. There we go. There's the moon. Some little aberrations in my lens. Don't look all that great from what I'm seeing in this video. See some stars. There's my van, Goldie. I named her after Goldie Hawn. Now, all my vehicles get names. My truck is Betsy Blue. I got a green van, but it's in the shop. That's Greta. Yeah, Greta Green. I'll just walk out here a minute. I still don't have it. All I got on is my shirt, my t-shirt. My shirt's open. Here's, see my slippers. I guess you can in the moonlight. There we go. There's my truck. A 1 ton. Looks like it's got a little frost on the windshield, maybe just a little bit. It snowed here. We had some snow on the 30th of November, but it just left on the windshields. Nothing sticking, of course. This is Alabama. You may get somebody. That's my cargo trailer, and that's my new covered trailer. I'm hoping to grow microgreens in not too distant future. But for all that to work, I'm gonna have to get somebody to help me out. I need somebody to work on a sharecropping basis because I do have too many irons in the fire. And I don't know if y'all will be able to see it. There's Cirrus. Hey, are you serious or from Cirrus? And that is it. The Dog Star, Canis Major. And I don't know how much you can see, but Orion is right there. I think Beetlejuice is showing up in this photograph. Beetlejuice would be right. There's Beetlejuice. And see, North Star is right about there. You can't see it, but it looks like the same place I've been seeing it all along. Yeah, if the Earth had actually shifted, the North Star would shift. And all our angles would shift, and anybody out running a sextant or a compass would know that. Looks like Mars back over here. Back through the trees. Mars is hiding in my trees. Why's Mars hiding in my treetops? There it is, Mars. I got Mars in my trees. Anywho, the neighborhood. Switch back on me. Alrighty. Woof, 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 woof. My van hadn't moved today. Hadn't left the house. Had to walk out a few times. If something get cold enough tonight to have to fire up my greenhouse, I don't believe. And it's below freezing, but you know, it should stay at least 8 degrees above. I don't think it's getting down past that, so I think it should be good. I think it's going to 28. So my greenhouse should be just fine. Yeah. So let's see. Shelf behind me here full of junk. And this is my raccoon balloon. That's me on 11 May 1997. That's my buddy Bill Brown. And we had a rocket hanging right there underneath that balloon. And the rocket is in this gondola package right here. Looks like a man standing in there, right? I mentioned Ed Kiker. He designed that logo for my conference back in '93 for an event we called the Foundry. A concept of mine is a project incubator workshop. Ed Kiker. Now this is the Morning Star newspaper. Wilmington, North Carolina. State. And Bill Brown and myself. paper. Here were some of us working on some alternate propulsion technology. That's me on the left. Man standing is gone now, unfortunately. David Christensen. There's a boat from my earlier launch site for that rocket you saw us launch when I was planning to launch it from Cerro Gordo. I launched it from Topsail Beach instead. That Cerro Gordo event didn't work out for me. My son, when he was young, and donning his new K9 decoder, Professor Schwartzman became the first human being on Earth to hear what barking dogs are actually saying. What are they saying? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. I love that. Oh, my sense of humor, right? Buzz Lightyear. This shows the population of Earth over time. Just cute little things. Alaska. Venus! And here I am with my crew, launching that rocket. And Mark Maxwell drew that. Tried to blame it on me, though. I used to call him Max Markwell. All right. So let me turn it back on myself. Oh, here's a funny one. Oops, not that. Come on. Is that funny? Mars Polar Lander, it crashed. Marvin. UFOs. Had a lot to do with this puppy, at least the engine. Believe it or not, they used to make the patches, the mission patches that actually flew on the space shuttles. The materials for making them was kept in this very cabinet. Let's see. The pieces of that stuff in here when I first got it. These are for junk storage. Well, not junk storage. Here, got a flute. No, I can't play it like Diamond. Not yet. What's this? No wizard would be complete with that one, right? I'll show you another here in a little bit. All right, let's turn around. Yeah, we've been going for a while now. We might have to end this in a moment. But I got another one. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to do it with one hand. Hang on, guys. I'm going to set the phone down. Dun 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 dun. What is that? So what I got? It's cute. It's beautiful. Yeah, look here. I can see TV screens and I can see my phone screen in it. I can see the future. It looks like me looking back at me. That's about the most I ever do see. That's a fun thing. Okay, I can get out of shape about it. It's a fun thing. Alrighty. See what I got? I got space stuff, wilderness stuff, side by side. That's my life. That's how I am, guys. That's how I am. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hang on. I almost started shooting the floor here. You don't want to see the floor. All right. Well, we got 98 likes. That's cool. 2 hours and a quarter. Let's see what I've been missing here in comments. We're going to have to do a little quick prayer session and go. All right, witness is gone. So it's high IQs and low temp. Scratch. I'm trying to think logically. I don't really know about anything. I'm just trying to think of reasons for it. Okay, cool. Allergic to nickel. I think it gives me a little bit of problem. There's some other cheap metal stuff will break out my arm. Like I used to have some watches that caused my arm to break out where I'd wear these old watches. Metal bands on them. I quit wearing metal bands like that. What's my whole take on Alien and Fallen Angel? Well, they also show a lot of similar demonic signs, don't they? Yeah, that's my take. Cool, Jules. Yeah. Well, it may didn't look too good through my cameras, I'm sure. You saw Ryan. I went back and showed it some more after that. When I get to my retirement property, I will not be putting in a yard. There you go. Right, there you go. I hate those things. Jules, you're funny. Don't show us Uranus. I really can't see it without a scope. That's what the proctologist said, right? Oh my gosh. I need to quit. That's getting a little late. Can't see it without a scope. Telescope for the planet Uranus. You're blessed to see stars. I have nothing in the city. Get out of the city. Hey, Dagger Status, get out of the city, girl. Come on. Get out of town. It's not a good place to be when it goes bad. President Morrow says night, night. Does anyone else wonder which star is the second one to the right? Yeah, Star Trek. Polaris. Yeah, we'll have to go Bigfoot hunting. My buddy Tim Pickens and I talked about that. We talked some about starting some other video series. We've both been on TV some. Thanks, Scratch. That's some cool stuff. I've had some adventures. Yeah, I definitely led an interesting life. No kidding. Hey, I'm just getting started, guys. One launched off the boat. Yeah, the Mr. Offshore was a boat that I launched the Catch Prize rocket from. That they had some deep sea diving stuff on the back of it when they took that photograph. There's video. So, hi, Dr. Allison says, well, my PhD's in hard knocks. Otherwise, I have a Bachelor of Science, a BS degree. A lot of BS, right? I need BS or piled higher and deeper, right? Ricky likes Marvin. Doom Chaser 1. How many of those 82 called? I just finished watching my hearings in Pennsylvania and went out to the barn. Pick up my pitchfork. There you go. Yeah, we get some tar. Instead of using for rocket fuel, we might use it to fix feathers, right? I should reconnect here. Greg, before you go on, what did you say the link was for sharecropping? Oh, if you're interested in that, you can email me at, I tell you what, we'll use a different address. Use my business address. Don't use this for just anything and everything. I will chat because I don't really have a lot of time for that. But You can email me at Gregs, Greg at GREEN, and put sharecropping in the title. And I won't go out to everybody else like my Hal 5 space. I got 2 other people that making skulls. Well, I got one in my noggin. Well, imagination is deteriorated. Yeah, Vicky, it seems to be the case. Well, your 13-year-old grandson wants to build a rocket with me. That's cool. Well, thank you, Joe. Backyard Rocketeers. Yeah. And I got the remnants of the D6 rocket in my backyard. Y'all hadn't noticed. Taking away critical thinking still. Yeah, it's all these computers. Well, thank you, Randy, for joining tonight. Blow something up unwittingly. Yeah, that's a danger. That's a danger. It's all fun and games. You put an eye out. It's just making model kits. I'd probably want to make my own, like a sugar rocket or something. Yeah, education is not education at all, is it, Vicky? Hi, Braun. Well, we used to have a Von Braun in town. Who wants the fastest government as long as it's Trump? Well, I don't want anybody. Well, we can always put the technology down and walk away. Okay, Frozen, let's see what you got in mind. Like it's impossible to live our lives without a bank account. Well, you can always just get you a bedroll and head out in the woods. Just make sure you're watching my wild edible videos first. And Rebellion of Tyrants says, I knew a great man once. He used to be a deep sea diver as a career, and he ended up having a heart attack in his 50s. So it was the only great man you ever knew? Wow. Head centered male energy. Okay, Darryl.